מדברים אמזון, הפודקאסט שמקלף את שכבות העולם הסבוך של אמזון, עם עמית רוזנטל ואלי ונטורה, שני יזמים ותיקים ומנוסים בעולם האיקומרס. בואו נצא לדרך.
ברוכים הבאים לפרק מספר 48 של הפודקאסט מדברים אמזון. אני אלי ונטורה.
58, אלי.
ומה אמרתי? מה אמרתי?
48?
אז צריך להתחיל מההתחלה או שזה בסדר ככה?
זה ברוח התקופה, אפשר להמשיך.
אז נזרום. אז זה הפרק 58, סליחה. אני אלי ונטורה, והמתקן שאיתי זה עמית רוזנטל, שהוא מנכ"ל רוזנטל לוגיסטיקה, חברת שילוח שמתמחה בשילוחים לאמזון. ואני מזכיר שאת הפודקאסט שלנו אפשר לשמוע בספוטיפיי, גוגל פודקאסט, אפל פודקאסט ובערוץ שלנו ביוטיוב, והיום יש לנו עוד אורח מאירופה, מאוד מאוד מעניין, ולכן אנחנו נעשה את הפרק הזה באנגלית. עמית, ספר לנו במה זכינו.
מה המצב, אלי? אז היום איתנו ניק פנב. He's coming from Bulgaria, from Sofia. He used to be a 10 years e-commerce seller, mainly supplements, and he's today working at HelloTax. If you don't know HelloTax, so they're creating or establishing your behalf VAT number in Europe in order to sell on Amazon or in general in Europe. So Nick is from Sofia. Hello, Nick, and welcome to our show.
Hey, Amit. Hey, Eli. I'm not only from Sofia. I'm a remote junkie. I live on the beach in the summer in Sofia because kids need to go to school. So actually, my next project is how we can actually skip school and go to some warm place and do surfing and beach and work at the meantime. So that's my goal outside of business. So, and thanks for the introduction, by the way. Let me actually give you some more feedback from me.
How old are you, by the way?
Me, 40 minus 1. Actually, no, man, I'm lying to you. 40 minus 2. So 38.
All right.
Yeah,
so we are about the same age in like... Do you have the same goal, Eli? Eli, do you have the same goal? Or, I don't know, I skipped this goal already. I like settle here and that's it. Like the life that you describe, like Nick, for me, it used to be a big dream for me, especially to live on the coast. But like, I don't know, I'm 40 now and I like decided, okay, for me, I want to settle in here and that's it.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I've been remote for like 12 years, so since 2010. Actually, when I started my supplement business, I actually was fully remote since then. And this is the funny story. That's long before COVID. Our first product was acai berry. They call it like acai berry, so it was the magic Brazilian fruit. So we private label. The first product was called acai verde, which means green. Verde means green in Latin. So it was freeze-dry, pure product, and there was nobody else selling that. Like in Eastern, Central Europe, South Europe, it was a complete success. No, we started with like 5K investment, and we had like 5 million in 2 years, and there is no funding, nothing. I mean, just reinvesting everything in the idea was the following, we're the first one. There was nobody else offering that on Facebook, Google Ads, and we're paying 1 cent per click on some market. So you can do the math. I mean, we're buying them for like €2 from the UK and USA. We're actually sourcing from the USA and the UK, and we're selling in Europe. So we never considered China because, I mean, we're actually selling them for €50 was the sale price. We spent 50. Like 50. So you can actually imagine what kind of profit margin we got back then. Because
what specific country? In what specific country in Europe?
All over Europe except UK, Germany, and actually we tried in the Scandinavian countries, but it was so expensive there. I mean, delivery, so we skipped it. So we're selling the most in like Spain, Italy, the pre-Baltic, Central Europe, like the Baltics. They have like a combined population of like how many? Like I think 6 million, 3 of those countries, and we're getting like 1,000 sales per day. We're spending $1,000 for ads, and we're getting 1,000 sales, which is like €5,000 because it was something new. Nobody was selling this stuff, and because our product was weight loss, everybody wanted to lose weight. And then we actually rolled out a second product, which was for muscle building. It was called Extreme Power, like my agency right now, Extreme Power Brands. And when you're early, you don't need to know anything. We scaled very quickly across Europe. We're selling like crazy. And it was all great until 2015-16 when the mobile ads kicked in. And what happened there? A lot of clicks, no conversions. People were just they used the phones just to browse stuff. They were not able to actually shop online. So it was a lot of the ads go down. We had a lot of issues with like Facebook and Google Ads. At some point, we're actually spending €500,000, per month on ads. And Amazon, not Amazon, Facebook just suspend our account like that. It is okay. We build the website based on your requirement. Why are you doing that? Okay, you guys are not meeting the newest guidelines. Okay, so then we redo all the landing page, all this bullshit, and then they suspend their account.
That's the main issue with D2C directly without using the marketplace. Amazon is marketplace, so you depend on Amazon and Facebook and Google. And
exactly.
Facebook shut down your ad account, so you don't have traffic.
Exactly. This is when we were in the lesson. Never put all your eggs in one basket, because we're doing a lot of sales. And we went to zero overnight. So
it's like Amazon. By the way, it can have the same story with Amazon.
Yeah, sure, of course. But still, Facebook is a little more tricky because you're supposed to, they give you some guidelines, they approve the landing page, and then they suspend your account. So long story short is that because of all these combinations, we switched from paid marketing, Facebook and Google's, to performance and affiliate marketing, like in 2015-16. So I started actually building a large network, and we decided, okay, we're only gonna pay for results. And then we started doing even more sales, because we find few, we had around 1,000 partners, but only probably 50 of those were delivering good results. And some of them are actually doing 10,000 sales per day, especially in January, because what happens after holidays? New resolution. I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna become pretty. So everybody starts ordering like crazy. And this is what we do. Then when the summer is, for example, August, we used to pause everything because people just don't buy stuff. So it didn't make sense to continue advertising. So everybody in the company was going on vacation. Of course, everybody got paid. And we just pause that, so we can actually remove the so-called ad fatigue, because if you do too much ad, now people get bored with your product. But long story short, is supplements are a hard business. It was getting more and more competitive. And Amazon didn't make sense for us, because if we were about to sell on Amazon, we couldn't sell it for €50 per unit. We need to sell it 20, 25. So the profit margin was going down. And eventually, we got an offer from a private buyer. Even though the sales were actually going down because our peak was in 2015-16, we actually decided to exit. And that was in 2020. And this is now where actually HealthTax comes into the picture. So I was using them as a client for my brands. We're actually having 20 different brands across 10 channels. And when I sold my companies, the founders of HealthTax, which are called Christian and Christoph, they told me, okay, Nick, I know that you're actually doing a lot of partnerships for your brands, blah, blah, blah. We're actually thinking of creating a partner network for HealthTax and growing that. Can you actually help us for that and advise us how to grow the partnership? And I said, okay.
Wait, this is the company that bought your brand?
No. It's like a private buyer,
Yeah.
But the thing is, because when you're using HealthTax or any accounting or finance company, whenever you sell your company, you need to change the ownership. So HealthTax was aware of that. And they told me, Nick, can you build a partner program for us and help us grow that? So,
okay.
And I said, okay, I've sold my company. I'm sick of doing e-commerce for 10 years. It's a lot. I would like to do something different. And I started doing that for HealthTax as an advisor, growing their partner program, doing what we used to do for my company, just for a B2B business. And I have this approach now. If we offer something, we offer a certain set of services, which is very niche, VAT registration, filing, software, that's it. But I figured when a company comes to me, they're not going to need just VAT. They're going to need logistics, customs, translations, PPC, funding, everything. So I should have a partner network that I can recommend anybody. So if you come to me, you'll be connected with everybody in a way. You don't need anybody else. And this is what they do. I meet somebody, we help him out for HealthTax. I connect him with other partners who can help with the rest. If we're not a match, I have partners who would be a match. So I started doing that for HelloTax. And then a few of my partners told me, okay, Nick, can you actually do that for us? I said, okay, do what? Do what you're doing for HelloTax. You mean, right? And they said, okay, can you run the partnership for us? And I said, no, what, guys, you just gave me an idea. And I established a partnership as a service agency. And that's what they do right now. I mean, HelloTax is just one of around 20 companies for which we run the partnership. And what we do there, I mean, it's very niche service. If you type on Google, there is no such thing. We're the only ones doing that. So we help companies in the space to connect with each other so they can grow through partnerships. Because I'll give an example. Everybody would like to get clients, brand owners, whatever. The effort to find one brand is the same effort finding one partner. So instead of finding wasting time to find 100 brands, we actually help a company find 10 partners who manage, let's say, a few hundred brands each. And by teaching you how to work with those guys, you get outreach to, let's say, a few thousand clients. So it's a very work intensive, process, but it pays up in the long term, because what do? You connect with people, you create content, the content stays online, you get leads, you educate sellers, and you do a bunch of stuff. So you're actually growing through your partners. And 90% of the time I do it for free. 10% of the time actually companies pay me. So some people tell me, okay, I spoke with somebody, I'm going to give you commission. I don't care about commission. No, I'm going to connect you, because partnerships are like that. We're dating, and then we can get married. So we don't start with the commercials from the beginning. We help each other, and this is the way to go. You guys, I mean, you guys have a podcast, so most of the time you're actually helping brands. I mean, you're not. So by educating people, you're giving, And
so which kind of business owners do you help? In Amazon business owners?
Service providers.
Only service provider.
Yeah, only service. I've got.
So if I service provider, if for example I'm a photographer for Amazon,
yeah.
So you can help me connect me to Amazon sellers.
Yeah, not actually. We have sellers. We have 12,000 sellers in our list, but they're actually part of our newsletter. So what we do is we connect with companies who work with sellers, because a video producer, somebody who's producing videos, who can he help? He can help agency guys. He can help anybody who works with brands, but who is not a competitor. So we connect companies with such partners who are not competitors. They complement your service, and we provide you SOPs, templates, and everything else, how to work with these guys, because connecting with people is nothing. People talk all the time. What to do after the initial meeting is the most important part. We actually have templates how to work with these guys, an action plan, what to do next. With you guys right now. We've met. Right now we're doing the next step. You have me as a guest, then I can have you as a guest on my side. We can do some other stuff, and by doing that, we actually help each other to grow. People in our network worrying about you, worrying about me, and if they need help with what we do, they can actually come to me. And that's...
I have one question on that, and afterwards I would like to go back to understand how you started your supplement business from perspective of where were you before,
okay,
and how you arrived to this idea of doing e-commerce business. But in regard to the partnership and what you do here, for me, I'm a service provider. Sometimes I'm thinking with whom I want to do partnership in terms of does the company I'm going to recommend to somebody or to a seller, are they somebody that I can trust or I can recommend? So for me, it's very important to know who is the other person on the other side of the partnership. What is your reflection on that issue?
Yeah, exactly. This is why when we meet somebody, I send them an action plan. This is what we're going to do next. And based on the next steps, I evaluate if this guy is reliable or not. Because if we have a chat with them and they tell me, okay, we're going to do a podcast, we're going to do social swap, we're going to do this one. So if they promise some stuff and they don't do it, this means that these guys are not reliable. So
Yeah.
the action points that I sent are a way of screening the partners for how reliable they are. And when they prove that they're reliable, we start doing more stuff with them. So let's do something simple. We introduce to partners. Then we do we feature on the website. So if these people are actually promising stuff and they don't fulfill that, then they're not good fit. Because partnerships is a numbers game. You find 100 partners, you're going to end up doing stuff only with 15% of those. The others, 85%, are either not reliable or they simply don't have time or don't know how to work. Because, this is as simple as that. So I don't trust everybody that I connect. I evaluate them based on what they do. So we have a saying in Bulgaria, you don't actually, it's a global, you actually judge people by their deeds, not by what they're saying. So.
Yeah.
Do you think it's something that can work for entrepreneurs, not service provider? Because I have thoughts of a few things that can make advantage for a private label seller, for example.
No, of course. I'm not taking private label sellers for a reason.
No. I'm not talking about your service.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about let's try to make a connection for our listeners, because our private label seller, who is a person who works on his own, probably alone, maybe he got the 2 or 3 VAs. How is a connection with other sellers can make advantage for him?
Okay, I'll tell you exactly how they can do that. I'll give an example. Right now, economy is shrinking. Sales are down, so funding is tight, aggregators are not buying, so everybody's in trouble. And on the other side, we have huge demand for the partnerships, because partnerships are the cheapest way to actually grow, because you don't spend any money. You pay with your effort. So this is how actually 2 brands owners can work together. So let's say I'm a brand owner. I'm selling supplements, let's say weight loss, muscle building supplements. Then there is another seller, they're selling skincare or like some other complementary products. Seller A, let's say myself, we had 500,000 email lists from existing clients. Seller B, they have 100,000 email lists. So we can start actually running cross promotion and promote each other products to the other brand owner network. And by doing that, you actually get outreach to 100 plus new clients who've never heard of your product, and you're spending $0 for marketing. So I know what to do with brand owners. To be honest, I just don't have enough time. And like I told Amit, I spent the whole summer on the beach. Money are not everything. You need to have the time to spend them. So I have a plan for sellers, but I don't have the time yet to help them out.
That's crazy. Eddie, I can say that from a perspective of service provider, first of all, Nick, everything you said, I can relate, not 99%, but really 100%, because for me, always I'm thinking about marketing, what can I do better? How can I increase my sales? How can I get more brand awareness, so to speak? And it's different from a point of view of Amazon sellers, but I think it's a lot about building a community, so Nick building a community of service provider, Amazon sellers going for meetups, for conferences, and so to speak, just on the online and not face to face.
Yeah, like I told you, I'm a remote junkie. I've been remote for 12 years, long before COVID. My first actually publisher, we actually used an agency to run ads for us, and they told me, okay, Nick, let's come to the office and we can discuss about the media that you guys are buying and blah blah blah. I said, okay guys, I'm selling online, I'm sourcing online, I'm advertising online, tell me why the heck should we meet? I do everything online. And they said, okay, we do business like that. Okay guys, we don't need to meet. And this was long before COVID, so you can do much more stuff online. And I'll give you an example. Right now, I told everybody that, I'll be in scale and scale. And what happened is I actually helped a partner to promote their webinars, and they ordered a full picture of me, full size cut out picture, and they put that in their booth. So right now I'm at scale at sale. I'm not paying anything, and everybody who actually goes and do a selfie with me, they get free introductions, a free VAT registration in Europe. So you can do much more remotely. Of course, some people would like to travel, but if you look from the ROI point of view, it doesn't make sense to burn that much money. I know it from experience. Some of my clients are aggregators. They spend 50,000 or 40,000 to exhibit at white label and told them, okay, how many brands did you guys get there? 0. So that's crazy. And just by connecting with people, you can do much more stuff. See. But of course, this is just my point of view. I've been doing it for a long time. So
it's a very interesting point of view.
Yeah, by the way, Eli, I think I said it to you before. Eli specific, that conferences and for us, going from Israel to conferences, let's say in Israel or in Australia, is like for you, Nick, is crazy amount. Just spending flights, hotels, etc., and then building a booth in whatever convention, it can really go to $50,000 or maybe $100,000, yeah, for one convention. So for me, normally I prefer to go to conferences like that. Hey, I'm Amit Rosenthal from Rosenthal Logistics. No booth. You get much more clients just because of the personal touch. If you're standing wherever, it's great for maybe the biggest companies, but the brand, smaller brands, should consider other way to attack that issue.
It should be a hunter looking for prey, not just staying in ambush. So you just go and find all the potential leads. Some people do that, by the way. They walk the floor, they meet everybody. So that's actually the cheaper solution. But like I said, going from Europe to the States, it's crazy. For example, if they invited me to actually go to Prosper last year, and I almost no fault of doing that, but I want to take my wife and my kids because we always travel in package. And I need to change 4 flights, travel 2 days, and spend so much money. So it was crazy. So it didn't make sense. But if you're in the USA, it makes sense because flights are cheap there, and still some companies. But still, I think you can do much more stuff meeting people remote. See, on my end, I have over 1,000 partners, and all these guys I've met personally. A lot of them I've done stuff with. And we have on the site, we have multiple ones which we've done webinars with. So just to give an example, just for 2 years since I'm running that for Hello Talks, we've built a 12,000 email list of sellers. And this is only through events. I've done probably 100 plus events on their site. And this is why we do the events. We do educational content. We help sellers. We don't talk for VAT only. We talk always for VAT because it's part of the equation in Europe, but we always represent other brands. One guy is doing funding, somebody is doing logistics, sourcing. So we always try to educate the sellers about what things they should consider, some tips and things, and we never sell, because why should we sell? If you provide a service and we help you out, you're gonna come to us eventually to help you out as well. And I think this is the best model. And obviously you spend time, but if you consider the amount that you're spending for, let's say, an event, for example, 40,000, like you said, I have a partner who has a content agency. You can write, let me calculate, so 5 times 40,000, you can write 200 articles for your company, and you can publish that. And do you know how much is that? That's a lot of content. Everybody who's going, so there's a lot of ways that you can actually spend your money. So the best way is to obviously, with advertising, ABC testing, don't make assumptions. Start doing some stuff, see what converts. And partnerships are always like that. Whenever we have a new partner, a new client, this is what I tell them, tell me who you think is a good fit. I'll tell you who is a good fit, and we'll do the so-called shotgun approach. We're going to connect you with, let's say, 100 companies from all type of services in the space. And then end of the first month, we're going to measure who did you spoke with, what is the feedback, because sometimes you might be surprised. Somebody who you considered not a good fit might be a good fit, and vice versa. So one of my rules is always never make assumptions. So for example, I do that with everything. If you connect with me on LinkedIn, if you want to sell me stuff, I'll have a call with you. I always looking to hire sales guys. So I don't do interviews. If you want to sell me stuff, I might hire you. So I talk with everybody. And this is the one thing that I don't like about people that are unreliable. You know, you book a meeting, you show up. You'll be surprised how many people connect with me on LinkedIn. I share my calendar. They book meetings and then show up. Okay, man, how can you sell me stuff if you don't show up for the meeting? So reliability is a big issue in the space, and this offline and online doesn't change that. I mean, can you imagine spending a few thousand to go to a meeting? Because I have partners who told me that before COVID, they used to take the flight from London to New York to meet somebody. They went to the office and this guy was not there. That's crazy, you know. So I think the remote stuff is much better. You know, you don't show, okay, man, here is the calendar, you can reschedule. That's it.
Okay, let's try to create a plan of action for an Amazon seller, not a service provider, an Amazon seller that want to create a partnership. As you said, because I'm starting to fall in love in your previous idea about the and you just threw it from the top of your head, the supplements with the beauty care. Let's try to create a plan of action for I don't know, I have a chef knife brand.
Okay.
What is the first thing that I need to do in order to find my first partner?
Okay, first partner is you look in your contacts. So
okay.
if you have like friends doing any like kitchen products, they're like ideal match, you know, because but you said like shift night. I mean, is this for cooking or it's like it's outdoor? Okay, for cooking.
But you know how Amazon sellers are. They don't want to share.
Yeah,
I have many Amazon sellers, my friends. I know about 50% what they're selling.
Okay, I mean, that's not the issue with Amazon.
By the way, is getting a bit more relaxed in that regard, by the way, for the past years or so. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, see, people are like that. Rule number one, people don't want to share. I know it's from experience. I'll give, like, for example, the HelloTax founders. When we started with them, the first thing that I did is actually I checked the email correspondence with partners. And what I saw there, like in the emails, the partners were complaining that the partnership is one-sided. We give a commission, you send us clients. And I said, okay, man, that's not good. I mean, nobody's gonna just send you business. And I told them, we need to give first, and then we're gonna get back. So people are like that, they don't want to share, you know, and you need to change their mindset. And you need to show them, and because like with seeing is believing, you know, no matter what you tell somebody, if you don't show them, they're not going to believe. So some people would say, okay, I mean, this is not good, you know, I don't want to share. And let's go back to the Amazon seller. So on my side, I'm a sales guy. I never tell all my secrets. So whenever I actually pitch something, I tell them, okay, I've done that with some partners already. You know, I had a friend of mine, he has like a kitchen, he's selling like pots. We did a campaign. We made a killing, you know. So I'm my sales guy, you know. We should do it like that. You need always to be bigger than you are. And this guy said, okay, let's go and test that because I know it would work. So we do like a joint campaign, joint offers, and both can benefit. And this is the way to go. And once you start doing that, then the one thing you should do is probably set up like a podcast, set up like a channel, invite other Amazon sellers because, like you said, people don't want to share. So if they want to share, invite them as guests. They can speak on your show. They can share their journey. They can do that. And by giving them the spotlight, they'll feel obligated. This is her psychology. You just gave me something. So then I can ask, okay, let's do something. Because you already did a favor for them, they cannot say no. And then you can start actually building on that. And you just connect people. You can connect on LinkedIn. You can connect on Facebook. You can connect anywhere. I mean, if you want to, you can find people. And obviously, you need to have an action point. What do you do next? And obviously, you start doing partnership activities like meetups, like events. And by doing that, more people are going to see you, more people are going to partner up with. But the main thing is that you need to take the initiative. So if you want to build a partner network, you should be leading that. You should not expect that people are going to come to you and say, okay, I would like to be your partner. I would like to do this and that. You need to have like a plan. You need to execute them. Exactly, proactive. Partnerships are like that. I mean, Amit knows. We did a meeting, I sent him a plan, and I do that with every partner. I know that some are not going to follow up, but we should have a follow-up, like a plan, what we do next. And by the way, with you guys, we're pretty quick. I mean, we spoke 2 weeks ago, we have the podcast. And this is actually how we can actually help each other. And it's the same with other people. I mean, you should do stuff. I mean, you should not expect that things are just going to come around like that. I mean, without any effort. So.
Amazing. You said you have many clients, aggregators.
Yeah, I've got 10 at certain point. Now we probably have 5. And the reason for that is because many of them stopped acquiring brands. Mm-hmm. And because when they don't acquire brands, they don't need partnerships. They just need to manage them. And I have actually a funny story with aggregators, because aggregators were probably the easiest clients for us, because they used to come to me and they told me, okay, Nick, you're gonna send us brands, you're gonna pay commission to you. Okay, guys, I mean, I don't care. I spoke with all the other 50 guys. I mean, they all offer the same. They have funding, they pay commission. Tell me why your guy is different, and tell me what you can do without money. I'm curious about what do you do without money. And they were just silent. You know, why I could say silent as a fish. And I told them, okay, well, see, you guys are no different. I mean, what do you do with partners? And they said, okay, we have 100 partners. I said, okay, what do you consider a partner? We have a referral commission. Okay, and I'm telling them, so when you sign a referral commission, this is a partner for you. How many brands did they refer to you? How many of these partners referred brands to you? And they said 5. Okay, so what do you do with the rest? Okay, nothing. So this is the same thing, having a partner is very relative. I mean, you need to work with these guys. And partnerships is the best thing, because you need to help people in order to get back. And of course, some aggregators realize that eventually, that you need to do more than that, because just paying money wouldn't work out. I mean, you need to do stuff, you need to help sellers. The other thing is, I've seen this mistake with some sellers, one of the biggest aggregators. So one of my virtual assistants who is looking for brands, he found like a brand doing like 10 million per year. And we share that with our clients, and one of them told us, okay, this is great. Let's chat with them. And we told the brand owner, okay, we have this aggregator, whatever name, they would like to chat with you about your brand. What is the aggregator name? Oh, no, I don't want to talk with these guys. No, I don't want to talk with these guys. Just forget. And then my guy told them, okay, we can connect with some other partners, aggregator partners. No, I don't want to work with you guys anymore. And what happened eventually is that this brand owner was turned down by the US team. And because of that, he didn't want to work with anybody who is associated with these guys. And then I told them, you know what? This is a very bad thing that you're doing. Even when you turn down somebody, you shouldn't tell them, okay, you guys are not a good fit. Tell them you're not there yet. Let me send you to like an incubator or like a trusted partner, exactly, who can help you out. And by doing that, first, you're not hurting their feelings, because some people are sensitive. They're going to remember that. Second thing is, even if you don't acquire the brand eventually, this brand owner is going to remember that, and brand owners talk with each other. So he's going to say 5 of his friends, okay, these guys, they did not acquire my brand, but you know what? They sent me to this accelerator, they helped me grow my brand, and I sold to whatever aggregator. Or even if they didn't sell, they helped me for just like that. It's like a good brand awareness, good PR for these guys. And obviously, many of them didn't do that. And I mean, this is the thing. I mean, money spoils stuff. I mean, they had too much money, and they just did some, stuff that they shouldn't do. And this is why on my end, I love companies without funding, because when you don't have that much money, you actually spend them smartly. And I know that for experience. One of our health tax competitors, they got like 16 million funding or whatever. What they did, they started hiring like crazy. They opened offices everywhere in Europe, and then partnered a few months ago told me, okay, Nick, what happened with this partner? They're closing all their offices, they're firing everybody. So see, I mean, this is why I ask everybody, don't tell me what we can do with money, tell me what we can do without money. So I think this is the way, how we can actually help each other. I don't want to spend some money, tell me what we can do.
Nick, where do you see the e-commerce world is heading for?
I think, I mean, it's gonna grow and grow because see, Europe, we're still early. I mean, that's what they tell everybody now when they do webinars. Now, USA, they're very advanced. Now, everything is better there. It's more competitive, but Europe is still early, you know. People don't go to Europe because, you know, different languages, VATs, all this stuff, but Europe is still early. I'm not even talking about like Asia. I'm not even mentioning Africa or WATAM. I mean, I've spoken with like 1,000 companies. Nobody ever mentioned like Africa. Probably I have 2 or 3 partners who are talking about WATAM. So probably not half of the population around the world, they're still new, or actually there is not like a platform which is selling to them. So the potential is still huge. But of course, I mean, what would happen? I have no idea. But you know, people are gonna continue ordering more and more online. That's for sure. So, and when I was back, like when I was running my companies, we didn't have like, there was so few like service providers that we didn't have anything. We need to build a lot of stuff from scratch. And right now there is a lot of companies who can help you out. So from actually starting your business to all the educational stuff, there is a lot of stuff. Of course, in some markets it's harder, but still there is a lot of tools that you can use to actually find the product, find the market, find the partner who can help you out and actually grow your brand. So if you ask me, it's still early. For on my end, I mean, I like what I'm doing right now. So this is why I'm not even considering, you know, doing like e-commerce at this point, because my wife always gives me some ideas for products. I have all these ideas like before, but you know, the one thing that I hate is stock. I know I hate ordering a lot of stock, and this is why we're actually sourcing from Europe, because from actually building the product landing page to starting to sell, it usually took us like 3 weeks. We set up like a landing page, we test a campaign, we tell the client, sorry guys, no, we're out of stock. We're gonna get your order in like 1 month. We go to the supplier, we order like a batch of like 50,000 supplements, and we resume in like 2 weeks. So this was our model back then, like 12 years ago. So I mean, right now you cannot do that, and I hated ordering stock. My ex-partner told me one time, okay man, let's order a few 100,000 units. So I said, are you crazy, man? I'm doing with the sales. I mean, you're just giving ideas about buying stuff and storing stuff. I mean, I'm the sales guy. I need to figure out how we can sell that. So I don't want to, I always want to know how much we're buying, and you need to have a plan how much we're going to sell and how we're going to sell that, because of course, I mean, Amazon requires to have all this stuff, but you know, I hate stock. I mean, so I'm like that.
That's a new approach, Eddie, by the way, for us. Right?
Yeah, definitely. Nick, we're approaching to the end of the episode, and we have a steady question every episode, the same question that we ask all our guests in the end of the episode. And because you didn't heard, so it's going to surprise you. You didn't hear the episode. So if you will win today, tomorrow, $10 million net, what would you do with them?
Nothing. I mean, it would not. It would not change my life at all. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, I made half of that with my previous business, and I was less happy than I was right now. So it's not gonna change my life at all. I mean, see, right now, I mean, I have actually one issue in my life. You know, my son, you know, he's like 7. He has a speech delay, so he cannot talk. You know, he goes to speech therapy. So if we can fix that, I mean, we can go and live anywhere. So money is not gonna change anything on my end. I mean, see, on my side, I have 0 mortgage. I don't have any credit, so I like what I do. So money is not gonna change my life. So probably it's not the answer that you guys want, but I mean,
I think it's the best answer that we heard.
Yeah, man. I mean, nothing's gonna change. I mean, this is the issue with a lot of people. You know, people buy a lot of useless stuff to impress people that they don't know and they don't like. So, I mean, I like see, for example, Jeff Bezos. You want to go to the moon, Mars? Okay, what the hell, man? I mean, nothing. There is nothing there. You know, and like, I mean, this actually I watched a documentary recently. You know, why people buy more stuff than they need, because it's like a false illusion that if you buy too much stuff, you're gonna live forever, because otherwise you wouldn't have time to use all this stuff. So I mean, see, I'm like that. I mean, I need like a shirt, beach, and that's it. So I don't need too much. And by the way, if people are like me, a lot of industries are gonna go bankrupt. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol anymore. So don't listen to me, guys. I mean, people go bankrupt.
Got it. Nick Penev, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for sharing us your story. And I'm wishing you just good luck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just to be safe and sound, as we say in Bulgaria, the luck is with the brave guys. So you don't need that. So thanks guys for having me. You have a great podcast. I like casual chats like that. I mean, no agenda. No agenda. I mean, I hate agenda. No, that's why I never do like research. When I meet somebody, I would like to see who you are. I don't want to read about you. I mean, so yeah, simple as that. So,
same here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nick. Have a nice day.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.